So remember that pastor that was accused of killing 4 babies in Enugu State and his properties were demolished and brought down? Well, it turned out that they found a human skull in his compound in one corner of the man's church vicinity. A human skull and a staff. And these kinds of changes everything. When I first saw the human skull, I was like, okay, wait, maybe this could be like a prop. But it's actually a real human being who had died, and he was able to get the skull of that person. And this goes to show you that this man is not a pastor. He's not a man of God. He's not a 7 Days Adventist leader. He is a ritualist and a native doctor of some sort. Now, let's get back a little bit, because I want to point something here. And this is why I keep saying that when somebody is accused of money rituals or killing somebody in their compound, it does not make sense to destroy the house right away or without even checking, because we're talking about murder here and killing people and rituals. What you should do first is dig holes, ask people to start digging, look for possible areas where this man could have buried a human being or buried somebody. Now, they did find a whole well, a whole dungeon of some sort in his compound. And in the video, these people were trying to drain the water to see what they could find.
Okay, after excavator has pulled out some parts of the wall where a wall was found without window and doors. So here it is, a draining of the well is about to commence. You can see.
Apparently, so far, we did not hear if they found anything there, because the human skull that they found was not from the pits, as we hear. It's not from where they were draining the water from. So, is there a chance that this man has killed more people and had buried them in his compound? Again, put in mind that the first news of this story did not put the children he killed in his properties. He jumped the fence, killed the kids, and took the kids to a nearby farm that was closest to his church, which in my mind, I felt like he killed the kids, tried to hide the kids so that he would come back later and take their bodies. That's what it looked like, because he could have just killed them if he wanted to murder them and leave them in a man's house where the man would see them. But for him to move the bodies to a location that is closest to him shows that he was basically hoping that he would have another time to come back and get the body. That's what it looked like. So now, where I was going was, when this news first broke out, this pastor told the police that it was his driver who may have done it. And it made sense, because the driver was said to have had issues with the father of the children that were killed. And the father of the children confirmed that, yes, the driver had threatened him. That is, the driver of the pastor had threatened him in the past to, hit and kill him with mortar pestle. So when the kids were finally killed with mortar pestle, it made sense that it could have been the driver who did it. But here is the thing, and here is the question. And this is why the police took a while to demolish his house, because they did not think it was him, and the killing did not happen in his church. But where is the driver? Where is the driver? For the pastor to be so certain that it was his driver that did it, where is the driver? How come we've not heard the name of the driver? We've not even seen pictures of the driver. Where is the driver, and who is the driver? Let's forget about why the driver did it, because that one, we both know it will lead back to the pastor. But my big question is, where did this driver go? I have a theory, and this is my theory. I feel like this man of God clearly is a ritualist. He does charms, his ways are not pure. He knows about the killing of these 4 children. He did it himself, I believe. But for him to boldly point fingers at the driver, knowing fully well that if they catch this driver and arrest him, the driver would and may implicate him. And he knows that that could happen because the driver would know things that other people would not know. So for him to confidently keep saying that it was his driver who did it, he knows fully well that they will never find that driver. He knows fully well that the person that he has accused would never be found. So therefore, the case will keep spinning on a spiral, and the police will keep chasing the driver, looking for who the driver is and where they'll find him. And if they can't find him, the case dies and they'll stop looking at him because, again, a little bit of evidence shows that it could have been the driver given past incidents. But how is it possible that they may never find this driver? Because we still don't know a name yet or have a picture. The only reason why this pastor is so confident in telling us or pushing the blame to the driver is because he knows that driver would never be found, probably because he may have killed the driver himself and buried him somewhere in that property. That way, he can easily blame it on the driver, knowing the driver had issues with the man, and knowing that the police will always be looking at the wrong direction for this driver and they will never find the driver. This is how to get away with murder 101. Blame it on somebody that you know the police would never find, basically.